How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the Veterans Community Hour on JHM Radio. I'm your host, Cliffy Cliff. Thank you all for tuning in to another exciting episode. Today is Friday, February 22nd, 2019. It's a beautiful day here in Indianapolis, and we're going to be talking about health and fitness today. As you all know, each Friday, the last Friday of the month, I do a health and fitness segment for our veterans and their families to keep physically fit and get on a healthy kick, nutrition plan, and things like that. So today my guest is the founder, owner, and CEO of Fireteam Whiskey, Captain Stephanie Lincoln. And you all know that Captain Lincoln and Fireteam Whiskey sponsors the Veterans Community Hour. So shout out to Captain Lincoln for her sponsorship. Also, shout out to the Chop Shop Indy, located at 3917 East 10th Street, right there on the east side of Indianapolis, who offer veterans discount haircuts on Tuesdays. So go over there and check out Tay and just tell him you're a veteran, show him some ID, and you can get those discounted services on Tuesday. Also, I'd like to give a special shout out to Elder Robinson and Elder Bland from the New Restoration Church of God in Christ, located at 2044 North Olney Street in Indianapolis. Thank you guys so much for all you do for the Veterans Community Hour and your support. All right, now let's get the show going. First of all, I want to explain that we're having some technical difficulties, and as my regular viewers know, whenever we do our health and fitness segment, we have Captain Lincoln on screen. But today we're having a couple of technical difficulties, so we came up with a plan B. And plan B is Captain Lincoln is going to be on the phone so that you can hear her, but we're going to put a picture of her up on screen so that you can see her, and just know that this person on the phone is Captain Stephanie Lincoln. I know. I'm probably gonna get a lot of emails and stuff like that about you're not being able to see Captain Lincoln's beautiful smile, as someone has commented before. But stick around next month, and we'll have our technical difficulties worked out, and you can see her. Or you can always watch a previous episode of the Veterans Community Hour, which airs each Friday from 2 to 3 on JHM Radio. If you'd like, you could share and like this show as well, and let people know that this great content is happening each Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. All right? Appreciate it. All right. Now, everybody knows who watches the show that Fireteam Whiskey is a brand, and it's a protocol, and it is a fitness program that's being offered to first responders, active duty military personnel, reserve personnel, or anybody else, you, your family. And all of my regular viewers know that each last Friday of the month, we talk about various aspects of physical fitness, nutrition, etc., etc. Well, today is no different, and we're going to get right into the show. And today's show is the Fireteam Whiskey Protocol Fitness Exercises. Okay, so we are going to be talking about the program, and we're going to be talking about some of the benefits of exercise, and we're going to show a video of those exercises in action. All right, so hit me up at my email, cliffycliff1@yahoo.com, if you have any questions, or you can also contact Captain Lincoln at cptlincoln@fireteamwhiskey.com if you have any questions or comments about the protocol or any of the exercises that we will be showing you. All right, how you doing, Captain Lincoln?
I'm awesome, and you still get to see my smiling face because LaRon was nice enough to pick a very nice picture of me to put up on the screen today. So you get to see my smiling face the whole time. It's just frozen in place.
All right, I'll tell you, LaRon Anderson is a great guy. He's really good at his job, and we really appreciate LaRon here at JHM. All right, let's start off the show by talking about fitness, and let's start with talking about some of the health benefits of exercising.
Yeah, so we all know this, right? We hear the motto of move more and eat less, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but a lot of people kind of get stuck there. They're not really sure, what works for them, what to do, what kinds of exercises are the best ways for them to get in the best shape according to where they're at right now in their lives. So everybody has, we have to always kind of caution when we talk about fitness to, think about where you're at, think about what limitations you may possibly have. And the wonderful thing about Fireteam Whiskey that's built right in, and you'll see in the fitness videos, that all of our programs can be done pretty much if you're able to get up and down off the ground, and you have no limitations there. Even if it's slowly, so I understand some people take a little bit longer than others to do that, then you can do our program. So you'll see our modifications. We always provide a way for anybody to start with us, pretty much no matter where they're at in their lives physically. So you'll see those later. But everybody kind of gets kind of stuck. We hear about all these different kinds of workouts. Like, if I go to the gym, what do I do? There's all these... Do you ever feel like kind of intimidated by all that gym equipment, Cliff?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have, and I've had. I've actually kind of hurt myself because I really didn't know how to operate the apparatus, and I hurt my ankle. So the answer to your question is yes.
Yeah, it's intimidating, especially if you've never really been exposed to that before, and you're told, maybe by your doctor that you need to lose some weight, you need to move your body more, and you get a gym membership, which is what most people do, and then you show up and you're not even really sure what to do, and they have all this equipment and you don't even really know how to work it. So what most people end up doing, because they're just confused and overwhelmed and not really sure where to start, they just kind of pick a couple of pieces of equipment that they can figure out, and they just do those. And that's it. And that's what they stick with. So what do you think this results in?
Well, I think that because they are seeking something that they can manage and handle, they're going to not get a full workout. They're only going to use the equipment that they feel comfortable with. And not try to venture out into any other equipment because they might not know how to use it. For example, a bench press with weights and a weight bar. You can put 10, 20 pounds on each side and do some repetitions, bench press repetitions. But you're not really going to try another machine because you, like you said earlier, may be intimidated by it, or you don't feel that it's a safe machine for you to use because you haven't been shown how to. So you're just going to stick with what you know, basically.
Exactly. And that's what most people end up doing when they get gym memberships. They don't ever really push themselves. They tend to stick with the same kind of routines, the same 2 or 3 things that they repeat over and over again. And they're only maybe working on a couple of aspects of fitness. Now, some people may be thinking, well, I'm not sure what that means. What do you mean a couple aspects of fitness? I thought fitness was fitness, right? I'm either fit or I'm not fit or I'm trying to be fit. That's kind of the 3 categories. But no, there's actually a lot of different aspects of fitness, and we're going to go over those in a few minutes here. But the important thing is to understand that working out isn't just about losing weight or looking good and, in a bikini or, trying to look good for your honey or your fella, right? It has a lot of benefits that we really shouldn't be focusing so much on the way we look in the mirror, but focusing more on how exercise can help us with lots of different aspects of health that will improve the quality of our lives.
Right, and exercising is a lifestyle. We've said on this show before, exercising stimulates the brain, gets your blood going, and get those, I think we call them endorphins, those good feeling brain chemicals moving, and just a better overall well-being and a better state of mind when you are moving and active, and your body is going to respond to that effort and making you feel better overall.
Yes, exactly. And so I'll go over here just a few of the benefits other than weight loss that are benefits of exercise. So obviously everybody's interested in the weight management, right? So what exercise does is it boosts our metabolism. It helps us burn, on average, a little bit more calories a day. Now, we're not talking about a lot. So I always say your Fitbit's lying to you. Because I love when the ladies who used to do my classes when I used to teach in regular gyms would come up to me afterwards and say, oh, I burned 800 or 1,000 calories in your class today. And I would always say, well, I think your Fitbit's lying to you. Because that is a way overestimation on the calorie burn for even high-intensity classes. It's more like, on average, maybe 200 to 300 calories a day max. So
and
I think that they can rely on the exercise because their Fitbit told them that they burned off a whole pizza in one workout.
Right, and I've wondered that as well, Captain Lincoln, because a lot of vets go to the VA hospital for their medical treatment, and if you've ever taken the stairs. Not all VA hospital, but the VA hospital here in Indianapolis has decorative stair halls. And they tell you if you walk, say, for example, you're on the first floor and you walk up to the second floor, well, it'll tell you you've burned 20 calories just walking up that one flight of stairs. So I've always wondered about that, too, just like the Fitbit and those funny numbers. I've always wondered if, is this really 20 calories? It's just so hard to tell.
I guess it would hurt the Fitbit business if they told you the actual calories you were burning.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
So the other one is the bit of exercise, and I think the most important one is the fact that it helps combat heart disease. And the way it does that is that it strengthens the most important muscle in your body. No, it's not the biceps, even though I love having nice biceps, which most people, love to go to the gym to work on the biceps, but that is not the most important muscle in your body. It's your heart.
That's right.
So if you didn't know, now you know. Your heart is a muscle, and it is the most important one. So you have to work on strengthening your most important muscle. So if you work on that, you can increase your good cholesterol, decrease your bad cholesterol, help basically kind of clean out that circulatory system because you're getting that heart pumping and moving and stronger, so it can keep things moving and keep that artery clogging stuff from getting stagnant because you have a weak heart. And it helps move fresh oxidized blood into your circulatory system, which helps your body heal, reduces inflammation, and refreshes all of your tissues with this fresh oxygenated blood.
Yes.
So the next one is that you can improve your mood. with exercise, and you talked about this already, Cliff. It's, it's some of us, and I definitely use this, and you probably do too, Cliff, is you kind of use exercise as a stress relief.
Yes. Exercise can definitely put your state of mind on a different level. Working out that stress, walking, running, or doing any other kind of fitness can definitely work off some stress and steam and anxiety that you may feel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and exercise has been clinically proven to be a really good mood enhancer.
Yes.
It makes you feel active and less foggy, less stressed.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it boosts your energy. So we just talked about how it moves that oxygenated blood throughout your system. So it gets that oxygen to your brain, which that's what it needs it to. It gets that blood moving. So it creates more muscle mass, which in turn generates more ATP, which is converted into energy in your body. So the more you move, the more energy you have, which is the exact opposite of what a lot of people think. They think, well, if I exercise more, I'm going to be exhausted. Well, maybe at first, when you first get started, while your body's getting adapted, but I guarantee you, if you're consistent about it, you're actually going to see a boost in your energy levels.
Yes. And as veterans and first responders and active duty military people, when we do our required PT every day, man, it's like you're on a high. You're feeling so good about yourself. You've accomplished a great workout, or you've run 2 or 3 miles. You've done X amount of push-ups and sit-ups, and you just feel so energized, ready for the work day. Especially because we do PT first thing in the morning. There's no time to be sluggish and all that. We get going right away, and that carries us throughout the day.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other thing is, kind of the opposite of that is research has shown that if people who exercise regularly actually sleep better. They fall asleep faster and sleep deeper. So they stay in those REM cycles or have more frequent REM cycles throughout the night. Mm-hmm. So not only are you boosting your energy when you're awake, you're actually sleeping better when you're trying to sleep and going to sleep.
Exactly.
We talked about the brain power and increasing or reducing stress and increasing good feelings. Mm-hmm. So the reason behind that is that exercise increases what's called GABA, and it actually acts like an antidepressant on the brain. So it has kind of the same stimulation. So that what you just described, Cliff, as kind of feeling energized and good, and especially remember those long company runs, and you're getting into a cadence call, and you're having a good time, and you're clapping and you're running, and you're just like, man, this is great, this feels fantastic.
Right. Yeah.
And then the other thing that probably a lot of people are really interested in is to look younger, right?
Yeah, we all want to look younger. Especially the Gray Hair Club. Especially the members of the Gray Hair Club members. We definitely
Well, I definitely have quite a few gray hairs, and I love this part about exercise, is that it's been clinically shown to reduce cellular aging. So this also has to do with moving that oxygenated blood, getting things moving, clearing out your system, so you're getting those dead cells moved out and replenished, and new building blocks there for new cells. So everybody wants to look younger. So
yes.
if that's not the one reason alone to exercise, it would be that.
Exactly. Well, let's move on and talk about some of the common misunderstandings about exercise.
Yes, I love covering this, and I think it's not talked about enough. We talk about, you should exercise, here's a bunch of ways to exercise, but nobody really talks about how exercise is kind of misunderstood, and there's a lot of kind of misunderstandings or misinterpretations and confusion about exercise. So exercise, the number one misunderstanding of exercise is that exercise is the only way to lose weight. That the more you exercise, the more you lose weight. That is absolutely false.
And so explain to everyone why that premise is false.
So your body, that's not the way your body is designed. Your body is designed to preserve energy. So it can actually endure pretty extreme exercise and things and long endurance exercises and still not shed weight. And the best example of this is actually myself. When I was in my 20s, so I was even younger. I'm 40 years old now, so I was in my early 20s, and I was on the Florida Army National Guard endurance racing team. And I used to do 300-mile races. I used to train up to 100 miles a week. And I was 25 pounds heavier than I am now. And it's not because of muscle. I was carrying a lot of extra body fat. And it's because I was eating very terribly at the time. I felt like most people think is, well, I can eat whatever I want because I work out a lot. And so I'm just going to burn it off. Well, that definitely was not the case, and that is not how the body works. The body is all about energy preservation. So the more you work out, the harder it's going to work to preserve more energy and store more fat. So actually, it's the complete opposite. You should keep your exercise to enough to get the benefits, but not overdo it.
Right, and that's a good point, because everybody is different. Their metabolisms are different. Their muscle mass is different. And for some people, a little more exercise might benefit them over the next person. But as you said, don't overdo it, because that'll reverse the effects with your body overcompensating. So that is a very good point. Thank you for sharing that. Let's talk about another common misunderstanding about exercise.
Yeah, so another common misunderstanding is that you have to, work out for at least an hour, or you have to do some sort of extreme thing, like be on a treadmill for an hour, run for an hour, or do, CrossFit in order to get a quote-unquote real workout or to get really fit. People kind of take this extreme view of exercise. They think, well, I have to do this crazy workout in order to really get some results. And that's a misunderstanding, because for most people who are getting into those kinds of programs, they're not at the fitness level yet to even be able to safely do them. And again, going back to pushing it too much, so you're absolutely not getting the benefits. You're actually hurting yourself more. So your body's going to go into preservation mode, and you're more likely to just cause injury and overtaxing rather than getting any benefit from doing those extreme or very long workouts.
Interesting. All right, now let's move on to our third point that we want to share today, and that's the 10 components of fitness. What are the 10 components of fitness?
Yeah, so most people don't know that there's a lot of different components of fitness, and you really should be working on covering all of them. Now, obviously, you're not going to probably be able to cover all of them all at the same time in one workout. So that means you need to have a variety of different kinds of exercises that you do so you can cover all the bases. So a lot of people just stick to maybe one or two. And then, all of these other components of fitness are not being worked on, so they're not getting the full benefits from the exercise time that they're taking in their lives. So I'm all about being very efficient. So I want to cover as many bases as possible to be as fit as possible in most of these areas. So here are the components. It's endurance, stamina, strength, flexibility, power, speed, coordination, agility, balance, and accuracy. So let's start with the first one, endurance. Can you kind of guess what endurance is? This one's pretty common.
Endurance allows you to hang in there.
Exactly. That's a very good definition. So endurance is just your ability to either endure, lifting weights repetitively, or going on a long walk or a long jog and being able to sustain a rate of speed for a certain amount of time, that you don't just kind of gas out after a couple minutes, right? Or your muscles don't fail after a couple of reps. So we want to build up endurance, especially for our heart, right? We want our heart to be very endurable. Stamina. So do you have a guess of what stamina is? This one's a little harder.
Well, stamina and endurance are kind of alike, because both of them have a certain amount of maintaining, are going a little longer in a task. You have stamina to hang in there, like I said about endurance. So stamina.
So this one would be more focused on the no variance. So if I'm going to that's basically actually the Army PT run is a pretty good example of stamina. So not only endurance but stamina as well, because in order to complete your run in the time that you need to, you really need to maintain a steady pace, right? That's what we're taught to do.
Right.
Instead of just like speeding up and slowing down and then stopping and walking and then speeding up and sprinting. We're told not to do that. We want to maintain a same rate of pace with no variance, so you can complete the 4 laps or whatever you have to do at the same rate. The next one is strength. So this one's obvious. We need to be able to lift a certain amount of weight, push a certain amount of weight away from our bodies. Focusing on, a lot of people focus too much on one than the other. So make sure you're doing both push and pull exercises, not just one or too much of one or the other. Flexibility. This is one that most people don't really work on.
Right. Do you
work on your flexibility, Cliff?
Well, no. I really, I really don't. And I was going to explain that when we think about flexibility, and when you're in a protocol, or you're trying to get fit or things like that, I think most people concentrate more on the stamina, endurance to be able to do the weightlifting and the running and pushing the sled or throwing the medicine ball. And the flexibility is very important, but it's just not a high priority. So that's why, my flexibility is not the greatest, but I intend on getting it to a better level. But I've never, ever really focused on flexibility. But I am so glad that you're here today to share with me, as well as the audience, the importance of flexibility.
It's super, super important when it comes to developing all the other areas of your fitness, because it doesn't matter how strong you are if your muscles are shortening as they're contracting more and more, and you're building them up, and you're not lengthening them with flexibility exercises, then eventually they're going to be too short for your frame. And that's when you see these, muscle tears, tendon tears happen with people who are very fit. It's because a lot of times they're not working on their flexibility enough to lengthen those muscles and lengthen those tendons in order to better be able to have the muscle, build up safely and not create so much tension and pull on those tendons. So that's why it's so important.
All right. Now I understand.
So the next one is power. This is my favorite. because I love burpees. So this is one of my favorites. Anything that is a power exercise, I love to do because it makes me feel powerful. So this is that explosive movement. So it's, you know, like when somebody is about to start a race, you know, and they're down, crouched down, and then they explode out of the starting gate, right? That's power. Mm-hmm. Your ability to move quickly, to move your body in another direction very quickly, mm-hmm. is that power, or even, you know, jumping off of the ground. So mm-hmm. if you play basketball, you want to work on that power strength in order to jump higher, right? Mm-hmm. So you can get closer to the basketball hoop. Mm-hmm. The next one is speed. So we all know what that is. Just going faster, moving quicker, moving from one place to the next in a quicker fashion. Right. Coordination. This is a big one that I think most people do not ever really work out at all. So coordination means that you have good hand-eye coordination. So if you're not playing sports as a part of your fitness regimen, you're probably going to need to look into maybe doing some fitness classes, or like some of our especially our 38 caliber program, which are the videos you're seeing now on the screen. I added a lot of agility and coordination to our workout routines in the 38 caliber program, because it's very important to have good hand-eye coordination, mm-hmm. especially as you age, so you can, you know, maintain that ability to have those fine motor movements mm-hmm. to continue to do the things that you like to do. Right.
And speaking of coordination and getting older, a lot of our seniors have been known to have balance problems and things like that older in life. And so I can definitely see how people should work on their coordination. And as you mentioned, this 38 caliber protocol regime is doing a great job at that. And before we leave the air today, I definitely want to share all of the information with the audience on how they can get involved in becoming a member of the Fire Team Whiskey Protocol. All right, so that's definitely something that we'll be talking about today. Okay, what's next?
So coordination, agility, and balance, like you mentioned, they're all kind of, you know, in the same window, so mm-hmm. to speak. So moving from side to side, laterally, being able to change directions, balance. A lot of people don't work on this either. Even just something as simple as when you're standing and washing dishes at the kitchen sink, mm-hmm. just stand on one leg. Stand on one leg while you're washing dishes and see how long you can stay there. And then try the other leg and see the difference between the two. Mm-hmm. So simple things like that can help, especially like you said, as you get older, mitigate those accidents that happen where, you know, you experience falls mm-hmm. and end up being injured, and especially in the elderly. This is a major issue with the decline and eventual, you know, leading to horrible injuries mm-hmm. And even death because of this issue right here, the balance mm-hmm. issue. Mm-hmm. So that's it for all the components.
All right. Next, we're going to be talking about the videos that we have been showing a little bit of throughout our conversation. And I just want you to talk a little bit about the protocol program and all of these outstanding resources and tools that are available for members and participants.
Yeah, so I developed the original Fire Team Whiskey protocols to help step somebody from basically the couch to becoming an athlete. So our 22 caliber program is the beginners. The videos that you're seeing here are the 38 caliber, so this is the second step in our process.
Okay,
and
wait a minute.
We have the 50 caliber program.
Break that down. Okay. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Lincoln created this outstanding fitness program with 3 different phases. .22 caliber, and for military personnel, we all know what these calibers mean in our training. You know, the ammunition. So we've got the .22 caliber, which is, say, a beginning level. You have the .38 caliber, which is your intermediate, and your .50 caliber. All right. So this program was created with every level of fitness in mind, from beginning to very physically fit. So go ahead, Captain Lincoln. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to let people know that, you know, your fitness level is not relevant. You can start in baby steps and progress your way up, which is 99% of most fitness programs anyway. You know, but nobody goes in doing 100. You know, people you know, may need to lose a few pounds before they feel like walking, or, you know, they don't want to walk first. They don't want to walk to lose the pounds. They want to lose the pounds and then walk. So so don't let your current fitness situation stop you from becoming fit, and most fitness programs, just like Fireteam Whiskey, start smaller and increase as you go through the program.
Yes, and actually that lady that was just on the screen just now, doing the modified rear lunge exercise, this is a rear lunge exercise. She's a great example of that specific point that you just made. She is in the military. She had a couple of shoulder surgeries, and subsequently, you know, really lost a lot of her fitness level. She basically, you know, kind of stopped working out because she was in so much pain, and she had these significant surgeries. So she started with us at the very beginning. You know, she was absolutely not fit because she had not been able to work out for so long. So she started with the 22, and then she basically modified all of the exercises, which is why, like you can see on the screen now, this is actually my sister Hillary, who's a firefighter wife. She is showing the modified version. And we always show the modifications for anybody who needs them, so we can start where you're at, and that you don't have to be super fit, or maybe you're just recovering from an injury or surgery. So we show you how to do those, and you can still get in really good shape, even if you modify the entire programs. So you may not be ready to do burpees like Hillary's doing on the video right now, which I love burpees. But she's going to show the modified version, and then of course you can slow it down to your own pace. Okay. So you can work up to that. Okay. Now this exercise here, is this the regular version, and then we're going to get into the modified version, right? Yeah. So what was just shown on the screen? She was doing a regular burpee. Okay. And now she's going to show the modification. Okay. So you see how we take the impact out. There's no jumping. We're still keeping it at a fast pace, so you're getting the cardiovascular aspects of it. You're getting core work because you're going to a plank, which really works your core. You're working your shoulders and your chest. And I just love a plank because it works your entire body. So stepping up and stepping down from plank gives you that cardio aspect. Right. And like you said, this modified version doesn't have the jumping for someone who may have a weight issue or bad knees or whatever right now. You can still get active, move around, and get fit doing modified versions of the exercises that you have on video here on in this protocol. All right. Yes. Which is another great thing about this exercise program is it comes with so many tools and resources
you are a member of the Fire Team Whiskey protocol, and there's a lot of supported services as well. And you can look at these videos and, see where you fit in, see what you can do. Give it a try. And if you need to modify it, there's a correct way to do it, which is also included in your membership and video package. So, you might not be able to run 5 miles, but you might be able to run 2 laps. So there are modifications to everything that Captain Lincoln has created.
Yes, and the most important part about what you just said, Cliff, is that you notice that we are showing you how to do it.
Yes.
So we are actually breaking down, taking the time to show you exactly the way to do it to the correct form, either with the full version, which is what I'm doing right here on the screen, or the modified version. So that's what gyms don't do. They don't come in and go around with you to all the equipment and show you how to use it, show you proper form. You have to hire a trainer to do that, right? Which is a good idea for most people getting started. So we have that built into our program where we're showing you exactly the form so you can do it safely and do it to where you're at right now with your own fitness level. And we will have the aspect of, as well, we have weekly coaching calls if you just get the membership package, so you can ask a trainer or email a trainer anytime if you have any questions about any of the moves. And then you also can add on a coach that you can text directly anytime, day or night, and get an answer about exactly what, maybe you have a question. Where should I start? Should I be doing these exercises because I have this, and this concern? So we can customize and answer those questions for you. So, that's why it's called a fire team. You're never alone. We're on a team together, and we're here to help you get to where you would like to be with your health and fitness.
Outstanding. And ladies and gentlemen, I think another important point to talk about is this protocol is absolutely equipment free, other than maybe a mat to lay on or an occasional kettlebell. Talk about that, Captain Lincoln, how you created this outstanding protocol program for people to use at home without any equipment.
I love that you noticed that. So that was really important to me when I created the Caliber programs, that I was keeping the military member in mind, right? So we all know from doing military PT that, we were out in a field 9 times out of 10, and we didn't have access to a lot of equipment. So we had to use our own body weight to get kind of the same benefits, right?
Right.
So that's why I created the 22 caliber and the 38 caliber the way I did, because every single workout does not require one piece of equipment. Now, of course, you can use a mat if you'd like to, but other than that, that's it. So you can do it anywhere. And because the workouts are so short, they're less than 30 minutes, you can do this on a tight schedule, or if you travel a lot, or even literally in a parking lot, which you're seeing right now. We're doing these in a parking lot. So, we're proving to you in the demonstrations that you can do these anywhere. And that is a big passion of mine. These aren't the only workout plans we have. We do have weighted workout plans. And the 50 caliber actually uses just one resistance band. So again, it's something that you can take on the road with you. You can do anywhere, because you can bring a resistance band anywhere you go. But we do have weighted workouts. That is a part of our program. So if you do have access to equipment, you can, or a gym membership, you can pull a fitness video right up. Just set your phone there or your tablet down and use the equipment. Most of them just require, just regular dumbbells, maybe a barbell, and that's about it. So, but we have everything from, kickboxing to yoga to, let's see, we have punching bags, and we have the ACFT 30-day fitness prep program. So we have lots of pull-up workouts, because that's something you have to get very strong on for the new ACFT. And so you'll have to get access to some of that equipment.
All right. Next, let's talk about focusing on functional fitness and what will help you do the things you need to do every day safer, easier, and with less effort.
Yeah, so I think this is a big one that people miss out on when it comes to working out. And the Fire Team Whiskey fitness protocols are all focused on functional fitness. So we were looking at, what are some things that a soldier needs to do every single day, in their normal lives, or first responders. We have a police officer in our program right now, and he told me a story where he really felt like doing the Fire Team Whiskey programs helped him not get injured one night. He was in a high speed pursuit. The guy crashed, and he had to jump out of his car, run to the crash site. The car was turned over, so he had to climb on top of this car and help pull this person out of the vehicle and then hop down. And he said, gosh, 60 days ago, before I started this program, I probably would not have even been able to climb on top of the car. I would not have had the upper body strength to do that. So I would not have been able to assist this person. So that's what functional fitness is all about. Taking the things that are important to you in your life that you want to do injury-free and effortlessly, and working on building up those areas of your fitness in order to make sure that you can do those things easily and effortlessly and injury-free for life.
Right, and the protocol program does focus on first responders and reserve, military, active duty veterans, and things like that, who are all used to being physically fit and active. So this program is perfectly tailored, customized for such people who are in physical fitness, physically active careers, or being physically fit is a part of your job. So it is very important that you have that functional fitness, because without it, and I think we said on a show once before, the obesity rate in our active duty military members is quite alarming, and as well as fire departments and police departments. And this functional fitness is definitely a great tool for the people in those careers. Now,
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And that's even if you're not a military member or have any physical aspect to your job, it's amazing how the common things that you do on a daily basis get so much easier when you're working on your functional fitness. So, don't think if I'm not one of those people, I don't fall under those categories. It still means that, even just picking up your grandkids or, playing with your kids, or spending all day at a theme park with your kids or grandkids, all of those things are going to be easier on you, effortless, and won't, cause you pain for days on end after, that day you spent with the children.
Exactly. And even if you have an office job, you sit in a chair in a cubicle all day in an office type environment, you still need to have a certain level of fitness to make your day go smoother. If you are severely obese and you have to sit in that chair, it's going to be kind of tight. So if you get your fitness together, you can function in that office environment better as well, with fewer pounds. It's just going to be a more comfortable work environment. And I'm speaking from personal experience, because I'm thinking about a coworker when I worked in corporate America who was quite obese, and all she did was complain all day about the office environment. The chair's too small. the desk is too low because her thighs were, her thighs, reached from the chair up to the bottom of the desk, the little section that you slide in under. And she didn't have much wiggle room in her cubicle, and she just complained all day. And the reason I brought that up is because it's a perfect example of how functional fitness could have helped her in that situation.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, even the mundane tasks of life become very, very hard when you're carrying a lot of extra body weight. Your bodies were not designed to carry that much weight. Our bodies were designed to be lean.
That's right.
And when you're carrying even just a little extra amount of weight, it's very taxing on your joints. It's very taxing on your heart. And you're going to see the long-term effects of that. My very best friend who is 73 years old and obese, she has seen that in her life. She's had to have 2 knee replacements because she's been carrying this weight around for so long. And it just even mundane tasks such as just getting up out of her car was becoming so severely painful for her. And walking, up the stairs, if the elevator was broken, would, really wear her out. She'd have to physically sit down and take a break after just going up a flight of stairs. So mundane tasks, what we all take for granted, it really takes a toll on your body when you're not working on all of these areas of fitness. So, of course, ultimately, you're going to lose some weight, but working on, there's my niece right there on the screen. We start them young in the Lincoln family. So yeah, and getting your kids involved. The kids could do the workouts too. We have a lot of members who their kids do the workouts with them.
All right. Hey, Stephanie, we're wrapping up today's show. We only got a couple of minutes left, and I want to make sure that we get to your special offer for veterans, as well as any kind of other deals you have going on. And please give out all of the contact information for people interested in becoming members of the Fireteam Whiskey Protocol.
Yeah, so if you want to learn more about our packages, the best place to go is just fireteamwhiskey.com and take a look at the various packages that we have, the basic memberships, and also the additions that you can add on with getting your own virtual personal trainer and adding supplements to your plan if you need easy, convenient way to get healthy snacks in your life. And then I have a special offer for our Veterans Community Hour viewers. So this is a super secret discount. So don't tell anybody about it.
Okay.
Super secret discount. Now you can tell whoever you want. But tell them they have to watch this playback of the Veterans Community Hour. So they have to watch the whole thing in order to get the super secret code. So text the number to the number 555-888.
555-888 is the secret Veterans Community Hour code.
Yes, so text the word Veteran Fitness, all one word,
to 555-888.
To 555-888.
Okay.
And you will get the super secret link to get 40% off an annual Fireteam Whiskey membership.
Wow, that is so very, very generous of you, Captain Lincoln. Thank you so much. And listeners and watchers, I encourage you to take the fitness challenge. Get yourself together. The summer's coming up. You want to look good in your summer attire. You want to look good on the beach. For you lucky people that have a beach. We get a lot of snow and rain here in Indy. But the summer's coming up. You might as well get yourself fit, get together, and enjoy life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in a healthy way. And you also have some healthy recipes that you get into in this protocol fitness program as well, which you can also find out on the Fireteam Whiskey member website. All right. Well, Captain Lincoln, thank you so much. We got to wrap up the show today. You are very well loved here at the Veterans Community Hour and JHM Radio, and I wish you continued success in your business endeavors, and I look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you so much for having me, Cliff.
All right. This has been another exciting episode of the Veterans Community Hour. I'm your host, Cliffy Cliff, right here on JHM Radio. Please like and share. Have a great weekend, folks, and I'll see you next week.